Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to take a weaving off of this cardboard loom. So notice I didn't go all the way to the bottom. You can go all the way to the bottom, or you can stop with however much length that you desire. It is your piece. But what you want to do is you want to flip it over to the side where you can see all of your tape. And you're going to cut the warp strings. And I like to cut right in the center. And then you're going to want to peel up that tape and take that tape off. Now the key with this is organization. Making sure you know what strings are what. Okay, so very gently you want to pull the warp strings down at the bottom and then up here at the top. Okay, and you're going to take the cardboard away. Okay, so here's your weaving. So I leave my weaving like this. I don't flip it over yet. And you want to take, I'm actually going to show you on this side because it's a little easier to see without that fringe hanging down there. Okay, so you're going to take the first two warp strings here, and you need to tie these in a knot. So you make a loop, swoop under, and you want to pull it so it goes all the way up. You don't want to pull it too tight though, because it'll start scrunching everything. So you pull it, and then you loop and swoop again. You must do it twice, otherwise the knot will not stay. Okay, and then I just give it a gentle pull there. Alright, now I do the next two. Loop, swoop, pull, loop, swoop, pull, and I kind of like to hold the warp strings down and then pull tight there. Okay, now here on this side I have 3, so I'm just going to put 2 in one hand and 1 string in the other and do the loop and swoop, so that way I incorporate all 3 of them together. Okay, so those knots are helping keep the weaving intact so it doesn't just slide right on out. And what you can do with these is you can trim them if you don't want them to be long. Some people use these to help hang their weaving, depending on what you want to do. But before I even decide upon that, I need to do the bottom now too. So top and bottom both need the knots of the warp string. Okay, so if you had any fringe or anything, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. It's going to be hard to determine all the different strings. But you just do your best, right? You can swoop, pull. Okay. So these I'm going to trim because this is actually the bottom of my weaving, so I don't want to see this fringe at all, so I'm going to trim those pretty short. And that way the fringe that I wove is what is being seen. Okay, so up here there are certain ways you can hang these though, so you can take these and you can make knots up here at the top to make little loops. Okay, and then you can like slide a rod through all of the warp strings so that way it can hang on the wall. So here's an older weaving that I've done, and I've made the little loops here at the top, and I just went out and got a stick and you just put it through like a curtain rod, and that way you can hang it. Now the other thing we need to talk about is all these little flyaways. So if you like the flyaways, just leave them. If you don't like the flyaways, the easiest method is to tape them to the back, such as this one. So I just tape them all down. This one I know I'm going to display on a wall, so I'm only going to see the front. I'm never going to see the back. So it didn't matter to me that there's tape on the back, because I'm never going to see that anyway. Okay. If you truly don't like that look, you can try to tuck them in. You can wrap them around the back. So I'm taking these yellow ones here. You can take them to the back and you can try to kind of tuck them in. And then sometimes if they're really long or long enough, you can actually weave them back in. So I'm going to show you with this one here. You can go through all these loops that you wove and then come out. Okay? And you can go up as far as it needs to go, and that way it's tucked in. Okay? And then you can trim that little piece off. So if you notice, this red piece I tucked in from the bottom. I wove it all the way up there, and now I'm just going to cut it because it's tucked in well enough that it's not going to come out. So those are some basics on how to finish off a weaving. I think I'm just going to trim these, and you are complete.